So how much do you get to keep when selling your home? It's a great question. I'm going to give you some simple math because if you're just sitting on the couch wondering, hey, if I sold my house today, what do I really get to keep? And maybe you're not selling right now and you just want to know approximately what it is. Here's some simple math. There's really three things to think about to figure out what is your net proceeds going to be. Here they are on this little thing. Sale price. First of all, calculate your sale price. And I recommend doing this in a range. I mean, because everyone thinks their home is worth $1 million, but maybe in reality ends up selling for $925,000. And maybe you get $1.1 million. You don't know. But that's why I recommend doing this in a range. But let's assume you know what the sale price is going to be. You need to subtract out two things. I wrote down here, commissions and closing costs. So how much are they? So commissions are what you negotiate with your real estate agent. It can vary, in this marketplace, especially with the commission lawsuits. There's a variety of ways of how you can pay a commission, to paying just the listing agent, paying the listing agent and the buyer's agent, and a whole variety. But if we go back to how it's been the last 100 years, commissions have averaged around 6%, and you'll see them at 5%, and you'll see them at all kinds of different numbers. But for the sake of argument, you use the commission you think you're going to work with your broker with and use that as your first number. And then on average, I'm talking California, and average prices in California for the most part, about 1% in closing costs. Let's just say you agree to 5% total commission to be paid out from the sale of your home, and you're going to have about 1% in closing costs. You'll subtract out 6% to get your net proceeds. So if that was $1 million home, you paid $50,000 in commissions, 1% in closing costs, that's $10,000, that's 60 grand. You net approximately $940,000. Caution you, okay? What are the hidden costs that we don't think about when selling your home? And I wrote those down. There's 3 of them on the back of this to think about. So number 1, repairs. You'll see number 2, mansion tax, and number 3, capital gains. These will sneak up on some home sellers if you're not thinking about them. Of course, your loan amount, which has to be paid off. But you have repairs that often get negotiated in the escrow process with your buyer. So they find something significantly wrong with the property and they want you to fix it, and you agree to it to keep the transaction moving along. Think about potential repairs. Depending on the condition of your home, that can vary tremendously, so there's no way to estimate that as a whole for me to do that for you right now. Mansion tax comes into place if you happen to be in certain mansion tax zones. That could be as much as 5.5% of the sales price paid for this mansion tax. So be aware if you're in the mansion zone or not. And third is capital gains. If you made a profit on your home, you can be subject to taxes. How do you know how much you're going to pay in capital gains? First of all, know your net. We talked about your net proceeds. After your net proceeds, you subtract the cost. What did you pay for the home and what were your improvements? And that becomes your taxable capital gains, possibly. Because if you owned your home for 2 years or more and it's a personal residence, you get $250,000 of your profit for free. No taxes if you're single. If you're married, you get $500,000. But I'd ask you to speak to your CPA or tax advisor to confirm all these numbers before making any major decisions, because they may know of things that would affect your taxable situation that could affect your future plans. If you want us to do a professional free net sheet on the sale of your home, just click the link below and we'll happily provide you a free net sheet based on the sales price of your home and what we think the potential closing costs would be for you. Have a great day.